Dr. Costley, the Chief Medical Officer for.
Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Fabio Hart coming back with another live video. Uh, what I want to talk about in this video, I just did I did a coaching session earlier with one of the people that's part of my coaching, and I think that this is probably all too familiar with maybe a lot of people, just in every situation, in every predicament, and just in business, just in everything, right? So I sat down and I thought about it, and I'm thinking I'm at the park right now, and I was thinking about it, and I'm like, well, what separate me from you guys? What separate me? Why am I able to do something and I'm able to do it confidently, and you guys aren't able to? I'm not going to say everybody, but a lot of people aren't able to do what I do. And the only thing that I could come up with, to be honest, guys, is the fact that I deliver the goods, right? I deliver the goods. I know my subject matter. Here's the thing. Here's the thing, and I think a lot of people get to this point, and it probably explain why a lot of people aren't able to get that conversion that they want to get. Right? They want to pick up the contract. They want to get the job. Uh, they want to be able to make money. They're not able to do it, and like I say, the reason being is that I don't think a lot of people are comfortable in their own skin. I think a lot of times what happens, hey, how's it going, Kelsey? I think a lot of times what happens is people think that success isn't for them. There's a lot of people that I talk to, they say, Fabio, I want to start this cleaning business, or Fabio, I just want to start a business, right? Whether I'm on my live on Facebook, or somebody DM me on Instagram, or somebody shoot me an email, or whatever the case is. The problem is that a lot of people just not able to get that conversion, and they go right. So they go through the process, right? So they make the calls, they put out the marketing material, the flyers, word of mouth, whatever the case is, right? So they go through these changes to try to acquire new contracts. I have a serious conversation issues, but they're not able to make that conversion. And the thing is, when I'm dealing with opposition, no matter what it is, if it's business, if I'm trying to negotiate something, the thing is I go in with extreme confidence, right? And that's just something that some people just, I believe, in my own personal opinion, some people just naturally have. And I also think that you can cultivate it in a way that people cultivate uh, this type of status, or this type of uh, um, confidence, if you will, is the fact that they produce the goods. You got some people that's just, no matter what it is, whether they win, lose, or draw, they're just always confident, right? They're always confident. They say, hey, I could beat you in basketball. They might lose 5 times in a row, but they still say in their mind, man, I'm better than you. I can out dribble you. I drive to the basket better than you. I shoot, my percentages is better than you, but you never beat me, right? You never beat me in basketball, but in your mind, you're still confident enough to believe that you can beat me in basketball. Well, the only way that you're going to be able to beat me in basketball, if you keep what? If you keep trying. So if I'm kicking your ass in basketball and you want to eventually beat me someday, then you must keep playing me to eventually try to beat me, right? And I think that's where, to use that analogy in business, I think that that's where a lot of people go wrong. I don't have this big thing where I get all of the deals. I'd be lying to you if I told you that. But I go in with a certain confidence level, guys. When I go in, it's not about, what my hair look like for the day, or how many times I crack a smile, or how I can speak elegantly, or whatever the case. It's not about that, right? It's not about that. It's just knowing your subject matter. It's knowing your subject matter when you go into negotiations and you're dealing with the opposition. So again, I was dealing with the coaching call, and one of my coaching students, he was saying that, you say, hey man, I get the phone to ring, right? I get the phone to ring. I'm doing good with the Facebook ads, man. I got certain things going on. You say he's on these little sites, like Home Advisor, not Home Advisor, but the other one. I forget what's the name of it, but he's on these different sites, right? He's plugged into this and he plugged into that. So he does all of this. The phones ring. He gets to the meeting and then he choke. And then he choke. Yeah, thumbtack, bark, thumbtack. And then he chokes. So the thing is, I say, well, why do you think that you choke? He said, man, because let's get the likes up, guys. Let's get the likes up. I haven't been live in a little bit. Let's get the likes up. Come on. Let's help get this video uh, through the algorithm of YouTube and recommend it. Okay. So I asked him, I said, well, why do you think you don't get the contracts? Why do you think that you choke? He said, I believe I choke, man, because to be honest, Fabio, I'm not a people person. I say, try again. That's not the reason why you choke. I ask you again, why do you absolutely think you choke when you get you get the time the chance to meet them, right? You get a chance to meet them, but when you meet them, you choke. I say, why do you believe that you choke? Man, I'm telling you, man, I've always been introverted. I've never been a, a people person. I say, that's not the reason why you choke. The reason why you choke is because mentally you've already programmed yourself before you even went to the meeting that you may not get this contract. I know that because, again, I've had that thought process before. But every time I go into a meeting, I'm dealing with the opposition. And when I say ops, I mean it in a good term, guys. I don't mean that this is like, somebody you're feuding with. A lot of times we use ops like that. Just the opposition, just the person you're going up against to get what you want, right? So I say the reason you choke is you don't believe in yourself that you deserve that account. Now I say, let me ask you, why don't you believe in yourself, or why don't you believe you deserve that account? No, man, I believe that I really believe that that I deserve the account. So you believe it, but you can't convey it. You can't get it across to your opposition that, hey, I can do this. I can do this at the highest level. I can do this better than anybody else. I'm the guy for the job. It all comes down to your confidence. That's where I was going with it. I told him, I said, you're just not confident about it. I said, why do you think you're not so confident going in? He said, well, I only got 2 contracts or 3, whatever it was. It was less than 10. I think it was like 3 or 4 contracts. I said, it's not about, and this is another thing that I have to let you guys know, it's not about how many contracts you get. You can have 100 contracts and still not be making a lot of money, right? It's about what you make per contract, right? It's about the revenue. It's not about how many contracts you get, okay? It's about the revenue dollars. So I told him, I say, confidence, confidence, confidence. I say, that's what you have to possess. You have to have confidence. You're able to get the meetings, right? You're able to, he thumbtack, he does these different things, right? He does Facebook and this and that, and he, whatever he does, right? So he always said to me, Fabio, the phones ring. I get the phones, but I'm not able to convert like I should. I say, it's 2 things. It's a twofold thing. Confidence and knowing your subject matter. When you're going into a persuasion, when you're going into a boardroom or a negotiation, when you're dealing with the opposition, you have to be able to convey the message to them that you deserve to be their cleaner, and you can do it at the highest level. I'm sorry, guys. I'm at the park, so you might hear some people walking by. So you have to do it. You have to do it at the highest level, and that's what I told him. So I said, this guy is off. So I say, well, if you don't put yourself in a mindset that you can do it, you're always going to lose, which means you're going to be wasting your marketing dollars. You're going to be wasting your time and effort because you just don't, deep down in your heart, in your soul, you don't believe that you deserve these accounts. You don't believe like you deserve the deal. So you go in there and they read it. They can read it. Like people can read confidence. They can read that order. Like when the minute you walk in the door, they've already assessed you. Like I've said time and time again. That's why I tell people the way you look, the way your hygiene, how you smell, how you carry yourself, right? your tonality, the body language, how you present yourself, that means a lot the minute you walk in the door. It helped them assess if they're going to even hire you. It's kind of like I say in a relationship, or getting to know a female, getting to know a guy. You walk into Walmart, you see an attractive female, she looks at you, you look at her, you guys already assessed each other, right? She already know if she's going to give you a chance based on your aura, based on how you look. If you're attractive, right? How you come off, right? You already know if you're going to give her a chance based on how she conduct herself, she carry herself, her looks, all of that stuff, right? You've already, sized each other up, you know, and that's, again, that works the exact same way in business. The minute you walk in the door, they've already assessed you. They already kind of figured it out. Like, okay, if you're looking like you're confused, you're looking like you don't want to be there, you're looking nervous, they're going to be able to read it every day, you know, every minute, every day. Like they'll be able to read that. So again, guys, you have to have some sense of you might want to take some speaking classes that helps with the presentation. Uh, um, what is it called? Like the BNI meetings, these different ones. Shit, the speaker course is the speaking thing. I'm so clouded in my head right now, but you might want to take some of these speaking Toastmasters. That's it. You got it. Thank you so much. You might want to take like a Toastmasters, right? Because it helps with confidence. You practice, you go back and forth with each other, that type of thing. You do your presentation. It'll help build esteem, right? Help build confidence, right? Not saying that you're going to be speaking in front of a lot of people, but it'll help you deal with people in terms of speaking and that's that sort of thing, right? Some people have it and some people don't. Some people say, well, Fabio, I'm not the camera guy, right? I don't think I look great on camera. I don't think I always look great on camera, but I'm confident enough in the message that I'm putting out that it's not about how I look, it's the message, right? So again, a lot of people need to. There's books that you can read. Dale Carnegie is a good one, right? He has a lot of books. You just type his name in Google, YouTube, whatever the case is. You got his audio books. You probably can get it on YouTube for free. Dale Carnegie, Andrew Carnegie, right? He has a lot of great books dealing with people, people to people, that type of thing. How to be able to assess people, how to deal with people, how to comfort people, how to present yourself. He has a lot of books on and videos and things on that subject. Okay, but like I say, guys, without having that confidence in yourself, without being able to have that aura when you walk into the building that I deserve this contract, or I deserve this product, or I deserve this system, or whatever the case is, whatever you're going after, right? Whether it's cleaning or not cleaning related, if you don't have that going into the building, going into the door, it's going to be kind of hard for you to sell yourself. It's going to be hard for you to make that conversion, right? Which means your marketing dollars and your time is being wasted because you can't convert. So selling yourself, or selling your item, or selling the object, or selling your service, you have to be able to sell that. But in order for you to sell it, you have to know your industry. You have to know your industry. I'm not telling you guys to buy a lot of books, because there's a lot of free information on the internet, right? Books help. I just uh, bought a book the other day, right? Matter of fact, is it up here? No, it's in the back. I bought another book, right? Barnes and Noble was just opened back up, so I was excited about that. And when I bought another book, but I'm forever reading. I'm forever buying books. I'm forever trying to further along my education. I'm always trying to be knowledgeable about something, even if it's a topic that I'm not real thrilled about. I try to read at least a little something on it so I can be knowledgeable about it. Okay, and I spend a lot of my days and my nights doing this. When I'm not at a site, or when I'm not in the field trying to pick up new contracts, or when I'm not working on my other business endeavors, or talking to other people, I'm listening to audiobooks and I'm reading. Real entrepreneurs, entrepreneur people, they do this on a regular basis. And I learned that. I'm like, man, I learned a lot from books. Okay, I learned a lot from even YouTube. Like, I don't when I go on YouTube, I don't go on YouTube no more to see, how to start a cleaning business. I've already done it, right? So I don't look at other YouTubers that do what I do, the cleaning stuff. So I'm looking at motivational stuff, Eric Thomas. And when I'm in the shower, I have this stuff, I'm listening to this stuff, I'm taking this information in, right? I'm listening at Jim Rohn, I'm listening at Eric Thomas, I'm listening at Napoleon Hill, right? When I go to the gym or I'm walking, just doing my walks around the block or whatever the case, I have my earplugs in, right? I'm listening to Think and Grow Rich or Your Right to Be Rich by Napoleon Hill, right? So I'm always feeding my mind. I'm always feeding this type of energy into myself. And I suggest that you guys do the exact same thing. If you really want to become successful in your business, all of this stuff correlate. It sounds boring. I know it does. It sounds boring, but it all goes hand in hand with one another. It'll help uplift your mind in many, many ways, guys. And then it'll help you with that necessary energy that you need when you're going up against the ops. Okay? So again, guys, like I said, it's going to come down to confidence, and it's going to come down to knowing your industry. Okay, so if you go to a walkthrough or whatever the case is, and they get to asking you questions, and you say, "I got to get back with you on that," and you don't know anything, they're going to be like, "Damn, well, what do you know?" That means you haven't done enough research about commercial cleaning or residential cleaning, the industry as a whole. Okay, you should know where we at, what type of industry we in, right? If you're doing it straight for the money or straight for a side hustle, then you probably got a different mindset about it. It's just about money when it comes down to you. But if you're doing it for a business, you want to know the subject matter. You want to be able to uh, convey the message and sell not only yourself but sell your service to anybody, even if they don't buy from you. Right now, they know enough based on the information that you was able to share that when they do decide to make a buying decision, they'll come back to you. Okay, so that's what I want to get across to you guys. I'll entertain any questions you have. This wasn't meant to be a whole long, hell of a long live video, but I thought, like, okay, he's probably not the only person that's going through this. A lot of people is not converting because they're nervous, they don't know the subject matter, and they just lack confidence. Okay, when you go in there, you need to feel relaxed, right? You shouldn't be shaking like, you need to feel, nah, I know how it is. It's no different than going to first day of school, right? You go to first day of school when you graduate from elementary to middle school, and from middle school to high school. You're nervous going to the next level, right? It's different from elementary to middle school, right? So you're like, oh, is this going to be hard? It's kind of nervous. You're nervous. When you go from middle school to high school, you're like, okay, what am I up against? Will I be able to do this? Right? So I get that part, but as you continue to go to class, it's when it becomes better, right? It's not going to be so bad after all. Okay? So again, guys, like I say, and this is how it is with the same business. If you continue to knock doors, you continue to go door to door, you're going to get some no's. You're going to get a lot of no's. Same thing with making a phone calls. You're going to get some no's. But you have to put yourself in a position where you become comfortable with those no's, because you're eventually going to get a yes. Okay, you will get a yes, but you're going to get a shitload of no's. When I'm trying to put myself in dealing with publicity and I'm trying to book myself, I get told no all the time. No, we're not looking for that story subject matter. We're not looking for that right now. They hang up. They send me, hey, send us this, email us that. I do it. They're just not interested. Well, I'm not going to say, well, they're not interested today, so that means I'm never going to call them back. Maybe they're just not interested in that particular subject matter right now. But I'm going to call them again with a new story or a new angle to a story that I already try to pitch them. Right? Maybe it was the angle. Maybe it was where I was at with this particular story that they say, hey, we don't want to pick up the story. But then if I come with another angle or another position with the same type of subject matter, the same type of story, maybe they might pick the story up. Okay? But again, if I don't pick up the phone and make that call, then I get no results. Right? If I say, well, you know what, I never done this before, or whatever the case is, I won't get any results. If I don't go door to door, I won't get any results. If I don't pick up the phones and make any calls, I won't get any results. Which means ultimately I won't become better at my craft, right? Because I'm not doing enough to become better, right? That's why I tell you guys, to run your business like a presidential campaign, you need to feel uncomfortable until you become comfortable. You need to feel uncomfortable until you become comfortable. Getting told no really hurts. It really does hurt. It really, but it's part of the process. You have to be told no. You have to. You have to be told no, because if you was told yes every time that you went and pitched your service or your product, whatever the case is, your new gadget or whatever the case, if you was told yes, you wouldn't value what it is you actually do, because it comes too easy to you. So you wouldn't value, you will feel a sense of entitlement, right? You feel like you shouldn't be told no, and you wouldn't necessarily, like I say, value what it is you really do, whatever it is you're really trying to sell or pitch, because it's a sense of entitlement there. But when you got to get it out the mud and you got to work hard, you feel like accomplished, right? You heard my story, you guys. I wanted to get my first contract in the first 60 days. I wound up getting it in the first 90 days. But when I got that very first contract, it was $300. I felt a sense of accomplishment. I feel like, now I finally got a business. I finally got something to go. Right? Now, if I would have given up within the first 60 days, then I wouldn't be in a position right now to tell you guys or talk to you guys about how to start a commercial cleaning business. Right? I wouldn't be able to share some of the stuff that I shared with you guys in the older videos, some of the things that I think that I came up with, some of the things I've never heard anybody else that talk about cleaning even talk about. So I feel like it's something that I did. Right? But again, the mind is always growing. I'm always reading. I'm always talking to different people. I'm always getting new ideas. I'm always trying to figure out another way to become successful. Right? I try to work smarter, not necessarily harder. But I do believe hard work pay off when you put in the action, when you put it in, when you put in the work. Okay? So again, guys, like I say, I know how I come across on video. I know I come across like it's really easy to do. Anybody can do it. Anybody can do what I say. But it's going to take work. It's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a whole hell of a lot of work. Right? You're not going to get lucky until you start producing something, until you start taking action. Okay? Some people do get lucky. But without action, there's no luck. Without action, there is no luck. Let's think about the lottery. If you don't play, you don't get lucky. If you play the numbers, sometimes you might get lucky. You might hit. You take no action, you get no hit. You have no winnings. You take some action, it's a possibility you might have a winning, or you might strike it rich. Why? Because you took action. You put a little money out to make a lot of money. Right? We can use this with lottery, can use this with casinos, however you want to do it. And it's the same way with your business. The same type of setup. You put some money in, you put some action in, you put some time in, you're going to eventually get something out. So look at it like you're playing lottery every day with your business. You're not making any money the first 30 days. You may not make no money the first 60 days. You may not make no money the first 90 days, right? It may take you 4 months just to get one contract. But when you get that one contract, that restores faith within yourself that, hey, if I was able to get one, I'm able to get two. If I'm able to get two, I'm able to get four. If I'm able to get four, you guys get where I'm going with it. I can get as many as I want. But again, do not get caught up on the quantity number of accounts that you get. Some of you get kind of, well, I have 15 accounts. Well, how much are those 15 accounts paying you? How much are those 15 accounts paying you? So don't get caught up in the number of accounts. I used to do that way back in the day. I say, I got all of these accounts, right? But then when I look at the numbers, I just got a shitload of accounts. It wasn't adding up number-wise. So again, like I say, if you guys know my story, you know in the early days, I was probably one of the lowest bidders in the city at the time, right? Because I didn't know what to charge, right? I had this course. I got your Clean Future course. It came with certain items and estimates and different things like that. So I used it. I tweaked it a little bit. I dropped my price. People was telling me no. So I started doing it, $50, $60 per cleaning, thinking they like, yeah, we could do that. And I'm like, okay, and then the building to be big as hell, and I'm charging $70 where I probably should be charging maybe $150, $200, $250, $300 per cleaning, but I'm charging $70. So they like, shit. Yeah. When can you start? Yeah, we need you 3 times a week. We need you twice a week, once a week, whatever the case is. So when I started picking up contracts, I'm like, wow, I'm really doing something. So you guys know how I used to calculate it, right? So if one account was $300, and I got another account that was $300 in my head, instantly I got $600. I'm like, hell yeah, if I can get up to $1,500, if I can get to $2,000, man, I'll be doing good. So I get another account. It might be uh $500. So I'm adding that five with that six, right? I might get another account that's 250. So I'm adding that five with that six, with that three, with that, right? So I'm calculating in my head, and I know at the end of the month that I'm gonna send out invoices, and I know they're gonna cut the check for these dollar amounts. Okay, so that's how I was doing it. But what I was doing was selling myself short. Yeah, I was racking up accounts and I was making money, but I wasn't making really what I should have been making because I was lowballing. But I didn't know any better. I know now, right? I know now. But again, guys, the thing is I wouldn't have even made those deals. I wouldn't even got that money if I didn't put myself in position. If I didn't work on my confidence. At first, I thought it was the way I looked. Okay? Again, don't be so hard on yourself. I was very, very hard on myself. I'm thinking like I'm Fabio Hart. I'm from Canada. I should be able to do this. Yeah, man, for real. I should be able to do this. I don't know what my name and being from Canada had to do, but that was my mindset. I'm from Canada. Like, yeah, man, I should be able to do this. I'm Canadian, so I'm the best. So I go knocking on the doors, and yeah, I had the spirit, I had the charisma and that type of thing to do it. But I'm telling you, I will pull up, sit in a parking lot, say a quick prayer. Before I pull the door, I'm at the door like, man, I hope this go my way. And I walk in and they turn me down. And it's depressing as hell, right? But I still got to keep knocking doors. Eventually, I got my first account. Like I said, it was $300 within the first 90 days. But I had to work on myself. So I relied upon people like Tony Robbins, Jim Rohn, and many others, right? I relied upon those guys to kind of help me with the motivational aspect, because I'm like, man, people telling me no. I'm thinking it's the way I look. I changed up the way I say, well, maybe I need to wear this color instead of that color. Maybe this color pop more. And then I had the braids. I say no. The cornrows to the back. They say no. And then I say, well, I'm going to just wear it naturally, curly, put in a ponytail. They say no. And then I say, well, you know what? I'm going to go and get it blow out. I'm going to wear it straight. Miraculously, I wear it straight and people started telling me yes. I say, shit, yeah, I'm going to start doing it like this. I don't know if it was the hair or if it was just the way I felt because of the way I look, right? When you get dressed up, when you look basic or you look a certain way, you look typical, right? Every day, your everyday look, you just feel like, hey, a plain Jane, whatever the case is, right? But when you know you're fly, your whole temperament change, your spirit change. You want to go outside, you want to go to the mall, you want to be seen. You're about to get some compliments. When you feel like you're at your best, you exert that energy. You give that energy out. Nice shoes, nice hat. When guys work out and he muscular, he wear the tight shirts, right? He know the girls is gonna say, oh, you got a body and this and that, right? He expects that. He expects that, right? So that's why he wear the tight shirts every day. He got the muscles and this and that, right? He wear his clothes kind of fitted so it can show his physique, because he knows somebody go ask him, where do he work out at, or how do he diet, or what do he personally train somebody. He know he's gonna get asked, and then the ladies is gonna like it, right? Same thing with the females. They tone up, they shape, get the waist trainer, and they do the squats, and now they got a booty from here to Halifax, right? And now it's like, whoa, So they wear things that exemplify their figure. And then they go out and they prance around because they know people are going to look. They're going to turn heads. They got a smaller waist. They got the waist trainer and taking this tea and doing some sit-ups, and they got the body. So again, guys, when you look a certain way, you feel a certain way, you generally act a certain way, right? So all of this correlate with one another, guys. I know it seemed like it's off the topic a little bit, and it's really not. All of this correlate with one another. Please believe me when I tell you this, because I changed myself quite a few different times, from hair to what I wore and this and that. And what it came down to, it really wasn't necessarily that. It was the fact that I was truly, truly nervous. I wasn't sure if I was saying the right thing. I was nervous on top of that, and I felt like they could read it. I felt like they could read it on me. I was nervous when I walked in, but in my mind, when I was at home, I'm like, I'm Fabio Hart. I can do this. I'm gonna do it again tomorrow. I'm confident as hell at home, but when I go to open that door to walk in, and I gotta say, hi, I'm Fabio Hart with Hollywood Janitorial Service. Who would I speak to in regards to commercial clean? I'm stumbling. Hi, I'm Fabio Hart. Name of my company is Hollywood Janitorial. Uh, uh, who can I talk to for cleaning? Do you guys got a cleaning company? I'm all over the place. Now it just come natural when I walk in the building. I don't even have to think twice. I already know what I'm going to say. Once I get to the decision maker, I already know what I'm going to say. When I pick up the phone and we got a script, I do mine just off the top of my head. I have a script for my people that make the calls, right? But for me, I just, right off the top, I already know how I'm going to attack this. Big or small account, it doesn't even matter. The only difference with a bigger account, sometimes you got to talk to multiple people. You get transferred to different departments, different things like that. But it's the same process. It's the same thing. And you got the same stick. Okay? So again, guys, like I say, work on your confidence. Because it's making absolutely no sense that you're putting in the time, you're putting in the effort, you're putting in the dollars, the money, the marketing, and you're not able, you get there, you're not able to make that conversion. You got to make it convert, or you're going to have a long way to go. And I would advise you to do some reading on sales. I'm not this sales expert. I know a lot about sales. I'm able to get it to work for me. The books that I believe ultimately help me in combination with each other, and I tell my coaching people to get it all the time, and I tell you guys to get it. I really love these books. I try to read them every quarter, or read as much as I can. And that's Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. That's The Art of Seduction. That'll be a fun read for the ladies, right? You want to know how to seduce a guy, so just get your way, get things to go your way. The Art of Seduction, and guys can read it too, right? And I guess you guys probably know what the last book is. I'm gonna say it right. You're right. 48 Laws of Power. 48 Laws of Power. You don't have to master all 48. Most people don't, but get one that you can identify with and execute at the highest level. Execute at the highest level. Okay. Um, so if you guys have any questions, man, let me see here. I love to entertain them. Let's see, it was both. I often struggle with my confidence. Yeah, most people do struggle with the confidence. That's why most people tell me, "Hey, Fabio, I don't like going door to door." Let's see, confidence is key. Toastmasters, do it. Scared by Scott Allen helps. Okay. Getting told no really hurts. Yeah, it really does hurt, but you have to do it. It's a must. I enjoy your talks. Thanks, Juan. I have a question. Go ahead with your question, Kelsey. Go ahead with your question. Yeah, man. I really hope this live help you guys, man, because I really want you guys to win. I'm very disappointed at a lot of people that's even in my coaching that they're not. I'm sending an email to businesses that I want to work with, but I'm struggling with irresistible offer. Are you sending the email as a code, like a cold call type of thing, or is it like for a warm lead, someone you already talked to, you just want to position yourself with the irresistible offer? Um, and I would suggest that you guys type this too, because a lot of people ask me about irresistible. I kind of do it a lot of different ways. Like I have different flyers, different postcards for different things. I like we got Fourth of July coming up. I already have a flyer in the works. Already have a postcard in the works. Damn near every month there's some type of holiday or some type of situation going on. So I'm always kind of coming up with different angles and different ways to put together irresistible offers. But what you can do is Google how um, Google how to create a irresistible offer. There is a book out for irresistible offer too. I can't remember the author name, but what I'll do when I get off of live, if you check my community tab, give me about a half an hour or less, I'll find that book. I actually read it a little bit at the library. I don't own the book itself, but I know what it looked like. And it talks about irresistible offers. There's other books that talk about irresistible offers too that I touched on, but this one book that I read, I can't remember what it is, but I will put a picture of it on my tab, on my community tab. So if you guys following this video, you can kind of check that book out. But I had seen it at the library one time and I read it um, like real quickly. It wasn't a big book to read. I didn't read the entire book, but I got enough where I can understand how irresistible offers work, right? But irresistible offer is just putting together an offer that your potential prospect cannot turn down, right? So when you say something like a 30-day money back guarantee, that's a part of an irresistible offer. You know, when you say buy one get one, that's a part of an irresistible offer. You got to put together an offer that connect with the potential prospect, um, well, the potential customer, and make them take action right away. So when you go to the mall or you go to the store and they say use this coupon, get 30% off or whatever the case is, that's part of an irresistible offer. Because if you don't use the coupon, you got to pay the full price. If you use the coupon, you get 30% off the shoe, right? Whatever the case is, all of this is part of an irresistible offer. Okay? When you go to the Walmart, they say you buy two, get one free. Well, we know nothing is free. They pay for every item that came into Walmart, right? Nothing was free. But it's part of their irresistible offer to make you get two so you can get the potential third free. Okay, so it's part of an irresistible offer. Okay, they use it in real estate, they use it in with the phones. You know, bring a new friend over, get the phone at such and such a price. It's only for 30 days. You know, we offering this price for 30 days. So if you get your friend to switch the phone, they still be able to keep their number, but they'll get the new iPhone. You know, bring a friend to the iPhone community, whatever the case is, right? So they have these different irresistible offers, right? Which ultimately help the bottom line. So they might say, well, if you bring a new friend, we'll give you such and such an offer your phone bill for bringing a new friend. Or if you here's the promotion that we have today. If you do this and set this up today, you can get the free what's it called, the AirPods, right? We get to giving you the AirPods for free, right? So it's always a catch behind that, right? So you have to make sure you understand the deal, but that's part of an irresistible offer, right? Different promotions and different things like that. Okay, so again, like I say, and if you guys want to go into details and really sit down and talk about irresistible offer that can help you, always email me at not book, Hollywood Janitorial Serve at gmail.com. Hollywood Janitorial Serve at gmail.com. And if you have the time, you got to have the time for me. Don't rush me off the phone. Don't rush and have to do something with the kids. Have the time so we could sit and put together an irresistible offer. We put together a rough draft, and you could turn it into a flyer, you could turn it into a postcard or to a marketing piece, right? But the way I would have to do is gauge where you're at now, what type of service you offer. You know, I might ask you what are some of the other people doing. Like you might see other cleaning companies advertising. What are some of the other people doing, so we can kind of get an idea, what's going on in your area, right? And then I can help you craft an irresistible offer. Now, I'm not saying I'm the master at that, right? Because I do a lot of different irresistible offers. I have a lot of different flyers for a lot of different things. So, case in point, we did the same thing with COVID, with the whole COVID thing and that type of thing. I put together a lot of irresistible offers. I put together maybe 2 or 3 different pieces at a time and kind of went with my people and asked them, hey, which one sound better? Which one you like? Which one you think will pop better? That type of thing. And based on that, I say, hey, let me give it a shot. That's all I can do, right? Some people will be interested. A lot of people won't be interested, right? But you have to give it a shot. But I can help you put together, Kelsey, if you email me or whatever. You got an idea. Maybe you have an irresistible offer. Now you just don't know how to word it or how to put it into words. You don't know how to put the copy of it. We could talk about it, right? But again, an irresistible offer is just an offer that you put together that your potential client will not be able to turn down. You want them to be able to pick up the phone. You want them to go to their computer, go to their phone, shoot the email back, pick up the phone, call you right away, whatever the case is. You want them to mail you back right away or send whatever you sent back right away. You want them to take action fast. Okay, that's why I say the irresistible offer. Cold call, okay. Or should I offer something different? Let me see. You say, should you offer a free germ level testing, disinfecting consultation? Why not? I never heard of it. So that could be your USP. That could be something that you do on a regular for all your clients. So you can put that on all your marketing material. Hey, at the bottom, or hey, you know, P.S. We offer free germ and disinfecting consultation. That can just be something that's part of your dynamics, part of your operation, right? That no matter who call you, what they're interested in, whatever service you're providing that. Whether you're doing a fogging, whether you're doing a residential clean, whether you're doing a commercial cleaning, whether you're doing a power wash, that could just be something. Who's going to turn down anything free, right? Nobody's going to turn down anything free, right? You say it's free, they're going to be like, why not? So that could be something that you incorporate in your everyday operations. So, and I never heard of it. It's something new, but it could be something that works for you. That's the 1 hour coaching consult. That's the 1 hour consulting, right? Um, I'm not sure. I could swap the service and show them, or swipe. Maybe it's supposed to be swipe. The service and show them how it's not effective. Yeah, I mean, if you can do it, if you're doing a testing where you physically showing them the difference between this and that, or this is how you properly do something versus this is how it's not done properly. You show them the yin and the yang, the yang and the yin, right? You show them how it's supposed to be done and show them how it's not supposed to be done. Then yeah, that could be part of what you do, and then it sets you apart because I guarantee a lot of other companies in your area don't do that. Yet, like I say, Kelsey, with what you're talking about, it could be something that's ongoing that you're incorporating to the everyday operations of your business and not necessarily an irresistible offer, right? So that could be something that's ongoing, that's part of your whole dynamics, that's part of your whole operations, part of your USP, just something that you do regularly, that you're just known for in your area. Okay, the USP is a lot different, right? So Nike, just do it. That's the USP, right? McDonald's, I'm loving it. That's their USP, right? That's just something that's ingrained in what they do, their whole operations. So when people say just do it, if I didn't say Nike and I say, well, just do it, or actually whose slogan is just do it, you already know to tell me Nike, that's that Nike slogan, just do it. If I say da 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 da, I'm loving it, you already know who it is. I don't even have to say the da 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 da. If I say whose slogan is I'm loving it, it resonate with you that it's McDonald's. That's part of the USP. That's not an irresistible offer. Okay? So again, that's a difference. An irresistible offer is just an offer that you put in place for a call of action, for them to take action, for them to call you, email you, contact you right away based on the offer that you have on the table. Okay. You guys have any more questions? If not, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Again, if you have any more questions or any suggestions or anything that you got going on, don't forget you guys can always email me at hollywoodjanitorialserve@gmail.com, hollywoodjanitorialserve@gmail.com. Ultimately, like I say, the base of this video, guys, is I want you guys not to be afraid to deal with your opposition, not to be afraid to deal with the ops. Okay, build yourself a confidence level up where you'll be able to confidently be able to go to any meeting, any boardroom, any persuasion, any in negotiation, and you're able to deal with your ops, in a non uh, threatful way, where you feel, threatful. I think I just made that up, but where you feel like they're more superior to you. You don't want to have that superiority complex. Going into it. A lot of times people feel like, oh, they got on a suit, they got on this, they got on that. They look this way. I'm just a cleaning guy. I'm just a cleaning lady. Don't look at yourself as just a cleaning guy, the cleaning lady. You got to look at yourself at a higher level. But you got to start thinking. You got to start thinking it first. You got to think of yourself as a higher level cleaning person, or a premier cleaning person, right? You got the premier cleaning company in your area. Okay. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for now. Like I say, it wasn't meant to be a very, very long video. Hopefully, I was able to answer some questions. Hopefully, you guys understood the top of the video is what I was talking about in terms of having a confidence level and not letting the opposition kind of control your temperament, if you will. Okay. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, whatever the case is, you can leave your questions right here on the video, comments on the video. I will get back to them at my earliest, or Jasmine, or whatever the case. Or you can once again email me at hollywoodjanitorialserve, service SERV @gmail.com, hollywoodjanitorialserve@gmail.com. Okay, that's going to do it for now. I'm Fabio Hart. The only person that could ever stop you from starting up your own dreams and making it to the top is you. Take care, guys.